guys, welcome to episode 4 of our Lowveld adventure. We set out for Hoedspruit early in the morning with a full day ahead of us. We planned on visiting some conservation projects and see how these projects impact the community and nature in the area. Our first stop was the Malelane Wildlife Rehabilitation Centre. Situated in the shadow of the majestic Mariepskop, which forms part of the mighty Drakensberg Mountains, this unique wildlife rehabilitation centre is home to many of South Africa's abandoned, injured and poisoned wildlife. At Malelane, they are often faced with the difficult decision of what to do with an injured or poisoned animal which will not be able to be released back into the wild. As a result, they have a number of permanent residents at the centre, and at their own cost, they are used as ambassadors for their respective species. Members of the public are therefore able to get an up-close and personal experience of these incredible creatures. They are actively involved in research on the movement and behavior of leopards and also on a number of vulture species that they monitor daily. A visit to the centre is an experience of a lifetime. Our next stop was the Glencoe Giant Baobab. It had a trunk diameter of 15.9 meters with a height of 17 meters, and it was the second largest tree in the country. It is estimated that the tree could be several thousand years old, although this has not been proven scientifically. In November 2009, it was revealed that the tree was hollow when the tree unexpectedly split into two parts. Subsequent to that, the giant has split open completely and fallen. There is research being carried out on a regular basis into the reasons for this major collapse and in an effort to keep the giant alive. Currently, it's not clear whether the tree will survive. Another perfect specimen stands close by on the same tract of land and is often mistaken for the Hoedspruit Giant. The Upside Down restaurant is the perfect place to sit and marvel at these gigantic trees, while reading up on some of their history and peculiarities, or just for an outing to sample their delicious food. Our last stop for the day was Jessica the hippo. We were especially excited about this experience as tame hippos are hard to come by. In the floods of March 2000, Jessica was washed out on the lawn of a local game ranger. She was a newborn calf, weighing in at 16 kilograms and measuring only 30 centimeters tall. She was looked after by the ranger and his wife and still lives with them today, 20 years later. She comes and goes with the wild hippos in the river but always returns home. This was an unforgettable day for us. Getting up and close with these animals was an absolute highlight. This was our last visit to the Kruger National Park for this trip. We entered through the Phabeni gate once again and proceeded to make our way to Skukuza on the S1 for breakfast. From Skukuza, our plan was to make our way to the Jock Safari Lodge and then to Afzal for a picnic lunch. Our plans were sidetracked as we heard that a pack of wild dogs were on the move on the S21 in the Lower Sabi direction. This is a beautiful stretch of gravel road and we were fortunate to find the pack napping at the roadside. Moving on to Lower Sabi for lunch and taking the H42 to Crocodile Bridge to scout the camping sites for a future trip. We were not ready to say goodbye to the park yet and ended up taking the Crocodile River Road to Malelane. With many turn-offs to small gravel roads, we found ourselves alone at a watering hole. Much to our surprise, a family of rhinos appeared out of the bush, and we were so happy to be able to spend time with these incredibly resilient creatures, all by ourselves, before they once again disappeared into the bush. We also saw a leopard in a far-off tree on our way out of Malelane Gate.